even if I'm at the Diddy party, I'm there to tell. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm there to see who the is in here and what do y'all get from being in here. So nobody likes to have me around. I'm there for bad intentions.
I mean, everybody hung with Diddy. That's the other tricky thing. Like, Diddy hung out with everybody. And I've spoken to a bunch of people who are like, yo, great dude, like, always there for you, never asked for a single thing.
Till 1 in the morning.
And then the freak off.
Everybody says, get out of the house.
Yeah.
It's like the gremlins start eating after midnight. Everybody who tells the story is like, I saw her go upstairs, and these dudes are like right on the couch.
Yeah.
And then I go in this room, and these guys are and it's like,
and pros. Like, apparently he was getting mail. Yeah, that was one of the rumors, like the
Male
freak off. So he would
gigolos.
hire the professional dicks to have sex with the girls, and I think he would watch, allegedly. That's what was alleged, I think. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff going on, and that's the other thing. Like, I wonder, like, is that just a power thing?
it's a Caligula thing.
What does that mean?
Caligula, like the emperor.
Folks, them Ibiza tapes just got real, and now every celebrity who stepped foot in Diddy's freak-off circles is about to get exposed. Joe Rogan and Katt Williams already locked in, dropping names and calling out who was really on them tapes. Word is, this ain't rumors no more. The receipts are stacking, and the streets are watching who runs for cover. The feds just locked in permanent control of them Ibiza tapes from Diddy's stash, and the whole game is sitting up straight. Ever since the sentencing came down, and he got hit with them 4 years on the RICO counts, those Sony DVC-AM cassettes been sitting in court custody. Raids on the Miami mansion pulled them up along with hard drives, phones, tablets, the whole lot. Court papers say they were property used in the same scheme that got him convicted. Word on the street is some tapes got leaked. Now these two heavy hitters are treating the Ibiza tapes like the receipt that finally connects every face that rolled through them freak-off circles. First name they put on blast is Ellen DeGeneres. Joe and Katt both pointed out how she vanished the second the Diddy heat got real. Packed up, left the country, settled in England, and been quiet ever since. Public story was politics and wanting peace. The streets and these two are saying it looks more like panic.
All right, what does the panel think of Ellen leaving the country? Oh, this I find so fascinating because first Ellen is canceled by the left. I mean, she said I was kicked out of show business. That wasn't from the right. That was because she had a toxic workplace and all the things that the people are. So then Trump gets, so she's canceled by the left in her country, but then she's leaving the country because the right got elected. I'm just asking about that. It doesn't completely compute, right?
Did she sell her house?
Do you think she's really going to leave?
Yes, she's already there.
Where?
And she announced it. England. Cotswold, England. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I know. I've met her mother, and I don't think she would have agreed with that. The mother is very down to earth. Her mother.
She's always lived in L.A., right?
Yes.
Now she's in the Cotswolds. I give it like 4 months.
Ellen and Diddy were not casual. He was a regular on her show, laughing about the parties, dropping hints about the lifestyle, and she was right there smiling through it. Old clips of her calling him nicknames that feel real uncomfortable now keep resurfacing.
So tell me about your birthday party. Am I invited?
Yes. Yes, you're definitely invited. I invite you to all my parties. You just haven't seemed to show up.
No, well, is it on the East Coast?
Yes.
Well, that's why. Why don't you have one here on the West Coast? Because I work all the time.
Okay, well, maybe I have one at your house.
Where's the... Now, what time would your party start, let's say?
Like 9:30.
Really? That early?
Yeah.
I could make that.
Yeah.
But I could think of you of starting a party at like midnight. Like, what time will it go till?
That's a different type of party, though.
Uh-huh.
No, it'll go from like 9:30 to like maybe 3 o'clock, 3 o'clock. And then, you know, we have the top 2 floors of the hotel.
Mm-hmm. And then it will carry on there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then no, I mean the after party.
Mm-hmm. No, I know about them.
Joe said the energy in those old segments hits different once you know what the freak-offs really were. Katt went further, saying when powerful people start disappearing right before the files open, that is never random. Stack that with the Twitch situation, the official story of suicide, and the conspiracy talk that he saw something he was not supposed to, and Ellen's early exit starts looking calculated. Joe and Katt both asked the same question out loud. If them Ibiza tapes ever get played, how many of those old show laughs are going to look like cover? Next name circling the block is Ashton Kutcher. culture. Joe and Katt both zeroed in on the old footage of him at them elite parties, smiling, dancing, looking way too comfortable. The energy does not read like a man who felt out of place. When he got asked about those rooms publicly, he froze, stumbled, long pauses, nervous laughs, the kind of response that makes people lean in.
Diddy party stories, they're our favorite genre of anecdote, if you have one, yeah.
Wow, okay, I've got a lot. I can't tell that one either. I mean, I'm like actually cycling through them. Diddy party stories, man. That was like some weird memory lane.
Then the Danny Masterson letters came back up, the ones he and Mila wrote defending him after the conviction. That support cost Ashton his spot with the anti-trafficking he helped start. Joe said the timeline feels tight. Katt said when a man is that deep in the same circles and then starts distancing, the second the heat hits, the streets notice. Both of them kept asking how deep Ashton really was in Diddy's world and whether any of that comfort got captured on the Ibiza cameras. Then there's Russell Brand, the British one whose name keeps floating. Old clips of him and Diddy on a private jet, cozy, laughing, the kind of vibe that makes people side-eye hard. In one moment, Brand even talked about feeling controlled, like he had no choice but to go along. Joe and Katt both locked on that line.
Go.
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? We are on the plane right now, on our way to Vegas. It's called What Happens in Vegas Stays in Vegas. I'm here with this is my new best friend right here. My new best friend. Hello. Rusty Rocket. Is this for Twitter? Yeah, yes, also known as Russell Brand. Yeah, we're going out on like a date. A straight guy date. Like straight guy date. To a guy's night, 48 hours. Puppy, with like with a normal date between like a man and a woman, or perhaps two gay men or lesbian women, the best possible result of that date is now with our heads.
Diddy's new to me, right? He looked after me. He took me on an enforced holiday to Vegas. He's a very intense man because I think he come from nothing and now he's very, very powerful. People that do stuff like that, they're intense. Now, I like him. He's very influential. Say that you don't want to do something and Diddy does want you to do it. It's really hard to not do that thing.
Is it the mind?
He's a bit like the mind. Like, he's very influential.
With everything now known about how Diddy allegedly moved people, that admission hits different. They are asking how far Brand got pulled in, what he saw, and whether any of that private jet energy ended up on the same tapes the feds just locked down. The streets are already connecting the dots the same way these two are. Sliding right into the next name is Paris Hilton. She was front and center at the white parties, the birthday bashes, the high-profile gatherings for years. Old posts keep coming back up where she hyped one of Diddy's house parties as unforgettable and called him a man with a heart of gold. That line did not age well. Katt pointed at the receipts. Paris was not just popping in for vibes. She was deep enough that people are now asking what she saw off camera and whether any of those nights got recorded on the Ibiza equipment. Silence from somebody that visible is never neutral. It protects something.
The best party I've ever been to was at Blank's house.
Puffy's 50th birthday. It was so sick.
Yeah.
Epic.
Now the list shifts into the partners who lived in the orbit full time. Kim Porter's name is the one that hits different. She was not a guest. She was the center of Diddy's world for years. Mother of his kids. Full access to the business, the parties, the patterns. The official story on her passing was pneumonia, clean and simple. But the streets never fully bought it. Jaguar Wright has been loud for years saying Kim allegedly knew too much, was working on a book ready to talk.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said it was ruled a homicide and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia likes.
Joe and Katt both brought that up when they talked about the Ibiza tapes. If Kim was inside that deep, the chances she never appeared in any of the footage are slim. The timing of her exit still sits wrong with a lot of people, and these two are not letting that go quiet. Next up is Jennifer Lopez. History already has her in the middle of one of Diddy's most infamous nights, the 1999 club. A woman got hit, Shine took the fall, and Jennifer walked away clean. The woman who got shot later said she saw Diddy pull the trigger. Rumors about the gun being handed back never fully died.
You have said since really right after that it was P. Diddy who shot you.
I was standing by the front door. I watched the entire thing out. I had no reason to believe that it would escalate to a shooting. It was just male machismo and bravado at first.
An 18-year-old just wanting to do nothing other than make my mother proud and make Belize proud and do what all of us want to do, be recognized for our talent and take over the world. I was defending him, and he turned around and called witnesses to testify against me, and he contributed. He pretty much sent me to prison. So that is the context by which you must always describe that relationship. Yes, I forgave.
J-Lo testified at the grand jury, as did many other people. It needs to be reopened, because if that is in fact the case, she carried the gun in and she lied to the grand jury.
Katt even took a public jab about her dating Diddy and staying silent when it mattered. Joe also used that history when they talked about the tapes. They asked how much she really saw in those early years, them parties, recklessness, and whether any of that energy got captured later on the Ibiza cameras.
It's just amazing how many people on the Diddy party list that are supporting Kamala, too.
Yeah, seriously, it's like insane.
Publicly, openly, all in.
Yes. It's like J-Lo was like his ex-girlfriend, and it's like now deciding she's like warning people against Trump. I'm like, well, wait a second. So how many people did she warn against Diddy?
Right.
Oh, 0. Okay.
Right.
Well, maybe we shouldn't trust her opinion.
Then there's Cassie. Her story is the one that moved from whispers to court documents. She filed, testified, and described years of control and situations she did not want. The freak-off messages where she said it made her feel dirty still circulate. Male escorts backed pieces of the pattern. The settlement was real money. Joe and Katt both said when somebody is that deep inside the system and then speaks, the tapes become the next layer. They are asking what else she saw that never made the filings, and whether any of those private sessions ended up on the same cassettes the government just took permanent control of.
Katrina, good morning to you. I understand you were inside the courtroom during Ventura's testimony. The transcripts are just horrific. How did she hold up?
Errol, she broke down on the stand yesterday as she was testifying, and that was one of the most striking moments of the day, when she was moved to tears as she was giving, as you said, this very graphic and pornographic testimony. The moment when she broke down was as she was talking about how angry he would get with her sometimes, but also when she was asked about whether or not she enjoyed these, they were called freak-offs, the encounters that she engaged in with him.
And she said that after that first freak-off, she said she felt dirty. She didn't want to do it.
Like it's a strange dynamic to have Cassie be as visually like stunning and sexy as she is, and then you know a part of you is like, I really want to go in and do this, but then the other part of you is like, this mother in the corner over here dictating how to do this and how to do that is like really like pulling me in the opposite direction. So you take that and then you add another guy to the mix, and it just gets real strange, man, especially once he becomes like active and you fall off and you just sitting there watching like, yo, I like it's just weird, bro. I don't know how else to explain that, man. It is weird.
Young Miami's name stays in the mix for pure loyalty. While everything was collapsing, she stayed 10 toes down, wrote the judge, talked about therapy and change. The streets called it lifestyle protection. The jets, the bags, the access. Whispers that she was present at some of the same parties Cassie described. Same inner circle energy, keep floating. Joe and Katt both pointed at the pattern. When the ship is sinking, the people still on deck get asked the hardest questions. They want to know if any of that loyalty energy got recorded when the cameras were rolling in Ibiza.
Talks about in those years how they were in a public relationship. And she says she came to know a completely different person. She says that Diddy motivated her. He believed in her. He helped her grow both professionally and personally. And she says that she's writing this letter because she believes it's important to the court to know the side of Diddy that isn't always seen or spoke about.
Naomi Campbell's name floats every time the Epstein talk and the Diddy talk overlap. The street narrative has her opening doors, connecting people, smoothing access, modeling opportunities, private trips, exclusive invites that look glamorous on the surface. She admitted working with Epstein, but claimed she did not know the full picture. When Diddy's heat hit, she wiped the association quiet.
The paper does manage to make it clear that you were not aware of Epstein activities. Did you know who he was?
Yes, I knew him. I was introduced to him on my 31st birthday by my ex-boyfriend Flavio. He was always front and center at Victoria's Secret shows.
Did you suspect what he was doing?
No. And what he's done is indefensible. And when I heard of what he'd done, it sickened me to my stomach, just like everybody else.
Janice Combs sits in uncomfortable territory. Mother, loyal in the courtroom, front row through everything. But the darker narrative has her teaching the charm, the control, the power plays early. Old clips of the lip kisses, matching polish, the recovery videos after wild events still circulate. Whispers that she understood the machine and protected it never fully died. Joe and Katt both asked the same thing. Was she just defending her son, or was she part of the system that kept him untouchable for so long?
Mom's gorgeous. Hold on, let me introduce you to my mom. Call Mom Dukes.
Hi.
She's getting a drip with me. She's hydrating. What's up, Mom?
Everything's good, baby. I'm here with you.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you too.
Gina Huynh spoke once and then went quiet. She was inside, dated him, moved in the same rooms. She said Cassie warned her. She described the control, the monitoring, the punishment for trying to leave. Then the interview stopped. Street Talk says pressure, NDAs, freeze-outs. Joe and Katt treated that silence like evidence. When somebody talks and then disappears, the tapes become the next place people look for confirmation.
Let's talk about the physical, if you're okay. Are you okay with that? Okay. So obviously you terminated baby one because you loved him. How long after you guys started dating is when did the physical start?
The first time it ever happened, which was not even like that long into the relationship, because I met him in February, and then it was probably like the beginning of May, because we were at Meek Mill's birthday.
Okay.
Misa Hilton was foundational, mother of one of the sons, architect of the early image, in the room when the playbook was still being written. When Cassie sued, she did not defend him. She supported Cassie quietly. That kind of silence is loud in street language. People believe she got out before the system fully escalated. Every name Joe and Katt put on the table circles back to the same set of cassettes the government just locked down. The ones seized in the raids, the ones tied to the prostitution counts, the ones shot on that old Sony DVC-AM. The contents stay old mystery for now. The judge will decide keep, destroy, or something in between. But the streets and these two hosts are already treating the list like it is public. The people who laughed through the parties, the ones who stayed loyal, disappeared early, all of them are under the same light. And the online community, they've been loud in a bit. One user clowns Diddy. Diddy wants to party for 48 hours. You gotta tell him no. Another wrote, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not for long, Diddy, not for long. This user goes, well, good on Russell for understanding way back then that Sean Combs uses people. So what do you think is really on them? Ibiza Tapes? Which of these names do you believe got caught in the frame, and which ones just lived close enough to feel the heat? If the government keeps the footage or destroys it, does the silence protect the powerful or just delay the next wave? Drop your thoughts in the comments and click on this next video.